How does a growth mindset relate to success? I'm going to show you how a growth mindset could possibly be the most important thing that you have in order to experience happiness and abundance. So in this video, you're not only going to be able to see what a growth mindset does to create success and happiness, you'll also realize what a fixed mindset does and how it stunts you and holds you back. So let's talk about that. It's fascinating to me. I work with people who have had all kinds of problems. In fact, in a lot of ways, you could say they failed. They failed in their marriage. They failed at work. They've been fired. And some people, for some reason, thrive after they failed. They learn, they grow, they become stronger. And some people do not. And as a therapist who works in the trenches with people, I understand why people thrive and why people don't. So I have two friends and they know each other really well, but they're so different. So I'll call them Tom and Joe. So let me tell you about Tom and Joe. Tom has a successful marriage. He has a lot of abundance from work and his career, and he just enjoys life. The way that he resonates is just peace and happiness. But he has issues that come into his life. But he still has this happiness and abundance. Joe, on the other hand, has a family. He has a job. He hates his job. His marriage is miserable. Now, what is the difference between these two guys? It's simple. It's that Tom views life through a lens of growth. Joe views life through a lens of should. Things should be a certain way. Joe has a fixed mindset. Tom has a growth mindset. It's a paradigm shift. A growth mindset is actually changing what you think life is supposed to be. When you can look at life through a lens of progress, then you can be resilient to all of the things that happen in your life that you don't like. When you look through life through a lens of it should be this way, then you shut down when it doesn't end up that way. That's what Joe does. So here's some things that Joe believes. He believes that his wife should always love him. She should always be happy. So when she's not, there's a problem. He believes that work and his career should just fall into his lap and that it should come really easily and he should make money really easily. Because he has these fixed beliefs, these shoulds, then he quits really easily or he doesn't start very often because he doesn't want to fail. He doesn't want to experience disappointment. Tom, on the other hand, wants to experience disappointment. He's fine with failure. So he doesn't quit easily. He jumps into projects that he very well could fail, but he's fine with it because he never looks at it as failure. When he does fail, it's just more knowledge. It's more information that he can learn and he can grow from and put back into his system of a growth mindset. Because of this, he can continue to trudge forward and experience new things and take risks. Have you been stuck in should? All of us probably have to some degree. Have you shifted into a growth mindset? If you have, comment below and share your experience with this new paradigm of growth. Fixed mindset says life is happening to me. Somebody with a fixed mindset, they play the victim a lot. Woe is me. Why did this happen to me? It shouldn't have. This disempowers them. They give their power away to everything else. Somebody with a growth mindset believes life is happening for me. Whatever comes, the hard stuff, the good stuff, it's happening for me. I believe that there's a plan and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm getting somewhere. So somebody with a growth mindset is empowered and they believe that good things are always happening. They're resonating in gratitude. A growth mindset actually gives you a chance at success. I've seen guys with a fixed mindset who have made a lot of money, they have a family, but they're always focused on what should be that they don't have. A growth mindset gives you the eyes to see the good that's happening, the success that's happening. No matter how much money you make, no matter how many good relationships that you have, you actually can see it. You actually can feel it because you're not focused on the shoulds and the failures. All right, so follow me here for a second. Growth mindset, a growth mindset person, is all about iteration. So what that means is that they try something, and if it works, great. If they try it and it doesn't work, great. Now we're gonna create a new iteration of that thing that I tried. So maybe I'll try a business. Whoa, that didn't work. I'm gonna go create a new iteration of that business until it starts to work. Same thing with relationships. I tried to connect to my wife. That didn't work. I learned something from that. I'm gonna try a new iteration of how I connect and see if it works the next time. So you're constantly trying, you're constantly putting yourself out there and creating new iterations. Fixed mindset is about resignation, not iteration. So I go try something, it didn't work the way that I wanted it to, so I resign, I quit, I'm done. Because I'm entitled to it working out and it didn't, so therefore why keep trying? Well, the reason is to keep trying is so that you can grow. When you have a growth mindset, you'll iterate, you'll gain knowledge, and you'll try again and again and again. If you like this video on growth mindset, then you'll love my video, How to Find Purpose in Your Life. So go check it out.